Welcome back to part 3 of Beware the Siren's Call, chapter 8 of A Thora Silentblade Tale. After dropping off the miners and the remains of their cousin Mordrin at the mine, the long journey to Wilted Gulch began. This time, Thor was able to more casually approach their path home and not worry about keeping up an excessive pace. It was nice to take in the scenery on the way back and joke around with the others, getting to know each other a little bit better. Thora even took the opportunity for a rest from the rains, settled into the back to knit and read for a few hours. The soldier had been thumbing through the Tales of Enker from time to time, but it was nice to have a moment to read through a full tale. Sometimes the dwarf wondered how accurate to the realities of the Ankirian Empire the book might be, though. One paragraph, in particular, caused Thora to doubt some of the accuracy of the story. In the hallowed halls of Enker's forgotten temples, amidst the whispering shadows and the ethereal glow of ancient runes, there arose a legend of unparalleled audacity. Enter Tsiana, the celestial huntress, whose laughter echoed like the chiming of 1,000 silver bells across the moonlit glades. With hair spun from strands of stardust and eyes that sparkled with the light of 1,000 constellations, she embarked on a quest that defied the very fabric of reality itself, to ride upon the back of a majestic phoenix, soaring through the celestial firmament in pursuit of the elusive moonbeams. And as she chased the elusive moonbeams, her laughter mingled with the celestial melodies echoing through the ages. From Wings of Starlight, Tales of Enker. It took a few days to make it back to town and see Sheriff Dean for their reward. The sheriff seemed surprised at how much they'd been able to accomplish in the weeks since they'd been in town. What with clearing a mine, saving the dwarves, and establishing a peaceful negotiation with a neighboring tribe. While the reward for the work was nice, Thora most appreciated the words of recommendation from Dean herself. There was an extra level of pride in your work when you see how much somebody else values the help you have provided. Since they had quite a few small errands to run here in town before moving along, Thora decided to spend some time at the forge, working with some of the silver they had found in the mine. It was good quality material to work with, and with a little bit of time, the former smith had crafted a fine hand axe for Zarek. Getting just the right balance on the hilt was the tricky part, with the head being so off-center, but Thor's favorite part was always the rune work. Getting fine detail in on a piece like this really helped make the blade feel special. A better smith could have likely created a finer weapon, but Thora hoped that Zarek would recognize the effort that the soldier had made to forge something unique for the elf. Working in the forge all day brought back a lot of memories of home. As Thora had pounded the silver into shape, it felt as if every strike was creating a rhythm backed by the sounds of the Sakar Mountains and family. The dwarf felt as if their beka was right there reading her latest literary interest aloud for the whole room to hear. Thora laughed quietly, recalling how often the tales would suddenly turn a little too bawdy for children's ears, and the way her face would turn red as she suddenly stopped the story and would flip forward, attempting to find the continuation of the plot. Thora's mother had hoarded books like a dragon with gold, stuffed in all the corners of the home. It was a wonder they had room to store anything else at all. When the day's work was done, Thor cleaned up the work area and headed out to the shops, on the way back to meet the others. After the visit to the Knoll camp, the dwarf had been thinking of being better prepared for cliff scaling and wanted to pick up some climbing gear. You never know when the next mesa might be in your way. After paying and stepping back into the streets, Thor found Dwayne outside talking to all of the townspeople. The turtle was hunting for something specific and seemingly rare in Wilted Gulch, but he wasn't giving up easily. The dwarf knew enough to stay out of wizarding business and made his way over to Andy Dean's tavern to rest for the evening. As the others arrived and joined Thora at the table over the course of the evening, they all talked about where they could travel next. It had only been a week or so together, but Thora already owed the others a life debt multiple times over. It felt like fate had drawn them together in some way, and the soldier wanted to see where this was leading. We all first came to Wilted Gulch with a goal, Thora began. I was looking for adventure and a chance to get something to allow me to explore the Ankirian Empire. The sheriff has given us that. Should we try to make our way there? That's a long trip, friend, warns Eric in his calm tone. At least a 10-day to get to Embassy, if we push hard. Could be worth it, though. I'm sure there'll be towns along the way where we could stop to break up the trip, Dwayne confidently stated. Travel by road won't be that dangerous. And we can have a great meal in a few days. Those words would come to haunt them.